This is King's Quest. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So, what are we getting here? Well, 1080p, 60 FPS, auto HDR, and it is an episodic experience that you can buy all at once. I would recommend doing so you have the full edition of the game. And this is just an absolutely lovely tale. So if you're not familiar with King's Quest, it is the story of a young character, a young individual, Graham, as he goes on this adventurous story to, basically the story of his life. He's kind of telling this in a reflection kind of way. He's old now, and he's kind of passing on his teachings and his stories and his tale as he became a knight, as he became a king. And it's really just a lovely, lovely look at this really, really iconic franchise. Because it's like, I don't know how to describe it. There was the original King's Quest games. They're, pretty iconic, I would say, pretty classic games. And this is like kind of a reimagining of that concept, a retelling of sorts. So this is Graham, a classic character with this iconic hat, this iconic cape. Like, that look is such a... And I don't know if you kind of know really the history of King's Quest or of gaming, but the King's Quest games, there was quite a few of them, and they are one of the most kind of, I guess you would say, legendary series in gaming, just for its history, its rich style, and its use of this iconic character in unique scenarios, because it's basically adventure games, point and click, some of the early ones from Sierra, and it was just, really, really such an iconic part of gaming and gaming's history. Like, this character is important. I don't know if tons of people checked out this particular take on it. I don't know if a lot of people still know about King's Quest, but you really should you really should try it. It's a really, really beautiful series, and this is really, really well done. Not every episode's perfect, and some of the lengths vary, and there were some things here or there that weren't perfect, but from a story context, it's a really, really good franchise. And I would say you're basically missing out by not experiencing what this is. Because you get to kind of, you do choices too. It's sort of Telltale-esque, where you get to make choices in regards to, like, how your character sort of lives their life almost. Who they end up with, who the characters they have by the end of their journey. Stuff like that. There's a lot to it. And it really is just an absolutely delightful tale. I still think it looks pretty good. I mean, there's some little jagged stuff here and there, but I still think this game looks really, really good. And I gotta say, that cape. Oh, wow, that cape. So they spent, I think they told me it was like 300 hours or something on the fabric technology, 100 hours, something like that. 100 or 300. Sorry, it's been like years. Because I met with the team at E3. They were at the Xbox booth, and they were showing off the King's Quest, like the developers behind it. And I talked about how excited myself and my sister were about this particular game, because it just looked, you know what I mean, bringing back King's Quest. And, it was at like the Game Awards where the original creators came out and they brought the hat and handed it off to the new devs. It was a really, really lovely little gaming moment. And I know it's not, a gaming moment for everyone, or not everyone cares, but this series is special. It has a history within video games, and it matters, It matters as part of the art form. It matters as being a fun story. It's got characters that are important, that are well done, that are interesting. And again, just so historic to just the history of the industry. And I think that in itself is a lot of fun. So it is also, like, it's a comedic game. Like, it's not, like, it takes itself seriously. Like, there's some, levity, there's some deep intensity to it. But it does try to also have fun. And this is easy because it's just the opening area. It's just like a prologue thing. It does get, like, the puzzles do get a lot more intensive and stuff as you continue to explore, and you continue to go across the chapters. And I don't think any of the puzzles were too crazy. I do remember having issue ahead of launch, whereas like one of the puzzles was a little bit nuts. But yeah, no, I really did. I really did enjoy this one, and the dialogue changes a little bit too, based on like the weird kind of quirky things you're doing. There's always something like really silly, and some of the deaths are really funny too. Kind of a classic part of the King's Quest is some of the deaths are just like pretty humorous. Something about going to bed is just like, yeah. There's lots of beds for you to jump into, which is kind of humorous in this part. But it's a recollection of history and story. Talking to your granddaughter, Gwendolyn, you're transported back to influence firsthand the decisions and events that shaped this particular kingdom. It really is a good collection, a good package. Graham's Journey is really, really a fun, lovely time. I think they nailed this for the most part. I was really, really pleased with this. I have fond memories of this. Get into the bed! Oh! I guess I could have let the dragon incinerate us. That would have been funny. Good thing there's these conveniently placed beds we can hide behind. But there's also a little bit of charm and hilarity to the particular situation, because it's like, he's kind of telling it to his young granddaughter. And I think the idea was to kind of pass the torch, but I don't know if they never really did that. But, I think that was kind of the concept. Okay, you're supposed to add the thing to the thing. Mirror, mirror on the wall, tell me who's the king of them all. But I'm hoping I'm kind of showcasing the game off in a little bit of a fun way, something that won't spoil the overall story and just kind of like, sets the stage for the overall world. I think is the nicest thing. But yeah, you will have puzzles. There's lots of annoying characters, confusing characters, fun characters, charm, love, and passion within this universe. It's got a lot going on within it. And it's also neat because he's not like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you look at the character, he's not exactly a super strong dude. He's like a scrawny person. But you get to see this character mature and advance and change and grow into more and more of a hero, and that's where you start getting more and more capabilities, more and more options for becoming a king. And I think that in itself is just really such a lovely journey to go on. It really is. It's just an absolutely delightful time. Oh look, there's a dead skeleton on that thing. That's hilarious. But the music, the balance of storytelling with character-driven times, it's really neat. And once again, like literally, oh, that goes back far. The choices you make will directly impact everything that happens throughout your character's life. And it's really neat once you get to the end of this whole journey, because you really get to see the impact and the choices that your character, well, you as this character have made. Who's still in the town, who's still doing their stuff. Have they been displaced? Are they going, because there's like a whole little town, like a group of town folk that you kind of interact with, and they're fun individuals, and there's heart to that as well. And then there's this other sense of like, your character going from just this smaller dude that's figuring things out to like being that kind of king. It's just really, really cool and fun and delightful. And you really do live, like I said, the full life of this character. And I don't know there's many games out there that give you the full scope of a character. You know what I mean? There's not many that have like a definitive end. Whereas this story, with its episodic style, does have an end. The land of Daventry. So it's kind of cool in that way, because you do get to see it conclude. We should have went up to the dragon and died. That would have been funny. You know what I mean? I think that's really, really nice. I have a desire for more. I don't think we'll see this iteration of it necessarily continue anytime soon, because it's been so many years. That being said, I don't think this is the end of King's Quest. I think it's the type of tale that you can retell and tell in different ways over and over again over a long period of time. And hopefully at some point it really hits the mark and resonates with people. Because it is such a lovely series. It is such a good collection of unique characters and moments. Oop. And, I don't know, it's kind of fun and charming. I like the art style for this one. It really was creative. I got a bad feeling about this. Go, 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 Graham! Run! Run! Flop with your cape. Uh-oh. I think you're supposed to follow the pattern to a degree. We did it. We didn't fall to our deaths. I think I'm actually doing better this run than I did my first run. The mirror! An iconic item. Why is there a skeleton attached to this? How does this dragon live this long, too? Does somebody come and feed it? That's what I want to know. Oh, okay, I get it. We're supposed to give this thing a snack, right? And you just kind of gave up on feeding it things. Alas, I do not have any items. Okay. Do you have anywhere we can go? Like a bed there. Okay, I guess our only option is to spin this wheel. You know, just keep in mind, it's been several years since I last played this. And a snack for you, my good dragon. Too soon, I say. Too soon. How many of these can we do? This brings it back and puts in a new meat. I think we're on the right path. It's all about location, location, location. Grab the mirror. Of course, with this being an iconic symbol and stuff like that of the King's Quest. It shows him with the crown. I love how he makes it disappear to the cave. such lovely heroics. Like it's got that like youthful charm while also still you know, oh, being something adventurous and intense. That must be a hard balance to strike, actually. Intense adventure sequence. They just really nailed this opening, like, episode for me. I don't know if others felt that, but like this first part was just perfect. Just the sense of adventure and excitement and fun I wanted. Paddle out of the way. I see that we're supposed to just press the buttons. Got it. Again, it's not meant to be like superly difficult, but it is supposed to be a challenge for you. He's got the moves! He's such a cool character. They really set this up so nicely. I feel like we should free that dragon too, right? I feel like it's been captured too long. Oh, he's still got the hat too? Run the other way! Run the other way! We're supposed to dodge things. Oh, I love this King's Quest so much.
With a magic mirror safely in my possession, I dreamt of the Daventry I would be rewarded with, and the kingdom it could become. In that split second, I had three choices in front of me. Any would clear my path to safety, and all would have rippling consequences.
Free, you have become, dragon. You're welcome. Now you can fly away. You get choices, guys, see? Choices, they matter. That's so badass.
My hands were shaking and my arms could barely grip the rope, but with the last of my strength, I climbed out of the well and headed back to the castle. Ever since the magic mirror returned, its reflections have warned the kingdom of danger, kept our family safe, and it has exposed many troublesome crumbs tangled in my beard.
Yeah. King Edward was so proud that you returned his lost treasure that he made you king. Everyone knows that part. Now, can we get back to that dragon?
Gwendolyn, there is so much more to my stories than dragons. I hope this old cap will be remembered for far more than the action tattered across its brim, sewn into the seams of many hidden adventures. All right, let's get back to the dragon.
Tell me everything. Like, why did you set the dragon free even though he was trying to eat you?
I set him free because, well, over the years I realized that the dragon was not the despicable, hideous beast Daventry had made him out to be.